12 seconds later.
So the scene is like she's supposed to be...
You up? Sir! Get me that bird.
I'm not gonna come in. Why you not coming in? There's a man here that literally assaulted me.
You know, I'm still cool with him. I said that at the reunion. But I ain't worried about Drew's wide ass. And you told me that you were good with the girl. The only issue that I have with her bitch is that her marriage is unsuccessful.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Who is this woman that Bob is pulling into the photo? Daughter? You didn't tell your story.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode, 15? Yeah, y'all. Let's get into the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
Alright, so basically the overarching theme of this episode was the whole Todd's video shoot, trying to get Drew to do the sex scene, you know, get everything shot and this, that, and the third, right? So Sonya, Ross, and Deuce, we see them heading to the doctor's office, and you know, we find out that she is indeed pregnant, but you know, she did say something that, you know, Deuce is very involved in the process. And my whole thing is, I feel like he should not know this early, and she even said that, and I get her explaining, but I don't know, I feel like she should pull back on the information, because if something does happen to the baby, or you know, God forbid something happens, then now you have to explain to him that, you know, there's not gonna be a baby. So I just feel like maybe she should just pull back a little bit, not give him so much information, because yes, I feel like her son might be very smart, very intuitive, but you could tell kids anything, they're gonna believe it. So you could say, yeah, you know, the bird brought the baby, like something, right? Back at the video shoot, you know, we see Kandi. We're in Kandi's house. Drew had kind of a little issue that we're at Kandi's house. She's just like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't do nothing like this anymore, because you know, it's kind of basically trying to allude to the fact that it's low budget.
And feeling a little uncomfortable, but I would still take this pretty check and I would still play this role, because that's what I do. I could be the professional.
I don't know. They still haven't said what platform is gonna come on. I would like to see the movie. So I guess we'll find out next episode when they do like the trailer and the premiere. Not really a premiere, but like showing off the trailer. So, you know, we see Mayetta and Kandi talk to Drew, and Drew's talking about, you know, she's nervous about the sex scene because, you know, she doesn't like women and she doesn't have a connection with women. So Kandi's her confessional, just like, it shouldn't be that hard because, girl, we already know the tea. Like, you over here, you know, licky, like, what's going on?
Oh, girl, we was just laughing about your cousin. Oh, you mean Courtney? Oh, yeah. She's just Courtney now. Mayetta said it wasn't that serious. I have not seen the tape.
So Kandi and Mayetta, they talk about, you know, the whole retreat. And, you know, Mayetta, yet again, she's over here bringing up the whole Courtney thing. And she's just like, yeah, you know, yeah, Courtney, she called you a bitch and da-da-da-da-da. And then she shows the video. And within the video, you can clearly see that Courtney's talking to Sonya. But what solidified the fact that they're looking at her sideways was the fact that she was like, Courtney was like, oh, I don't even call somebody bitch. That's not in my vocabulary. I don't even say bitch. First of all, she said bitch there when she was saying it. And then she said bitch in the video, obviously. So that's why they're just like, we need to talk to her. But my whole thing is, you can clearly see, like, if anybody watched the video, like, oh, she's talking to Sonya. So for Mayetta to just try to spin it, and then for Drew just to be aloof and just going with the flow, like, I think it's dumb. But what I find is funny is the fact that, Mayetta, you said that, oh yeah,
when they said to put the motherfucking cameras down, I put the motherfucking cameras down.
Girl, bye.
Okay, but you put the motherfucking cameras down, but then when everybody left, which i.e. Drew and Kandi, then you put the cameras back up? So we're mad at Marlo and we're saying this and the third, but when those two left, you put the cameras back up. I'm confused. Like, what are we really talking about, Mayetta?
Oh, half of you got to go. You got to go by noon today.
Transport over, we see the Sheree. She's planning for a sip and see for her grandbaby, Mecca.
You know, like floating from the ceiling, like bears or pictures of Mecca, just a shrine of Mecca. I never thought in a million years that right now I would be a glamour.
And you know, first of all, the party was fab. I thought from start to finish, the party would look very nice. But my whole thing is like, Sheree, where are you getting this money from? Like, that's one thing, because we never really questioned, Mina on the show, about Sheree's finances.
Put together a proper sip and see.
Let me know how you want to handle this. I can go present a budget.
There is a budget, but there is no budget.
Okay. If you want to go for it all, baby, I can give you all.
Because Jen Shaw, we deep dived into her finances. Look what happened. Erica Jane, we dived into her finances. Look what happened. All these other people you deep dive into finances, like, what do she do? Because she just got back on the show, what, last year? Like, what does Sheree do to have, like, there's no budget. There's no budget. What? And you can't say she by Sheree, because she just was selling that last year. And, I mean, half of that time, the site was down. So, I'm still just confused, because it's been like this the whole time we know Sheree, that she got this money, but Bob won't pay child support, and then she got this house. It's sketchy for me, but it is what it is. Day 5 of shooting, and we see Drew getting ate out. She's over here in Kandi's bed, which is kind of weird, but whatever. She's an actress, or as Ralph would say, she's a thespian. Trifling. She's over here moaning and groaning. She's like, oh, ooh, I said, girl, you better get it. But when we see like the shot, like they're panning up, and like, it really looked like she's getting ate out. Like, damn. I'm like, Drew, go ahead. I ain't mad. One thing I would never take away from Drew, even though Drew teared my nerves up, is the fact that I feel like Drew isn't a great actress. She knows what she's doing. We've seen her in so many different things. The TLC movie, White Chicks. I know a lot of people don't know that. I mean, White Chicks is my favorite movie, so when I saw Drew in it, I had to do a double take. Marlo's having an event for foster care. I feel like this whole build up to the foster care event just was random.
Dear to my heart, Erica and I just went to honor some amazing people in the foster care system.
So our first champion of foster care.
For me, I feel like she could have talked about this, or the producers could have put this in the show to boost up her storyline, because I feel like this was a great talking point, and she could have did like meet and greets with people from her background, being in the foster system. I feel like this was a great talking point, and it would have been something that we could have saw more of in the evolution of this whole event. But she's over here celebrating people that was in the foster care system, got out, and are super successful. Sonya, Courtney, Sheree, but Sheree came late, show up for Marlo. And after the ceremony, we see that Scott Lee comes as well.
See, I think about it all the time. I love me some Scott Lee. It's so.
And for me, I just don't get it. I don't feel it. I don't see the chemistry. Like my whole thing, if I'm dating somebody, and let's say like let's say if I'm dating somebody and we go together real bad, right? Y'all really not selling it. At some point, y'all gonna have to kiss. Show me. We transfer over to Drew. She's in her trailer reading lines, and she gonna knock at the door. Who is it? Ralph.
Oh my goodness, baby! Yo, you look so nice.
Be able to squeeze out of there?
And he shows up trying to support for his wife, and Drew, she's over here like, oh my God, baby, I can't believe. I don't know. I just feel like Drew just be over here putting on too much. I'm just like, girl, that's your man. Cool. I feel like Drew tries so hard to convince the viewers that their marriage is successful and they're so in love, when I feel like she ups the ante and she ups her personality and ups her emotions for her husband, when she gets like, hey babe, oh my God, thank you, and just have a casual conversation. But like when she was talking about, oh my God, this character for me, I feel like I'm becoming this character. She's a wife, she's submissive.
Like, she's a wife, she's submissive, she's
A lesbian?
so.
Ralph starts to deep dive about this whole sexual acts, and did you use tongue? Did she rub on you? Did you orgasm?
Absolutely fucking not.
And for me, it was kind of off-putting, because I'm just like, what is the purpose of knowing that anyway? Like, first of all, she's acting, and then like he said, she's a thespian. Shade. I just find it weird. And like I said, like Ralph was in his video, in his confessional. Ralph was in his confessional talking about, well, being that Drew, she's a great actress, but she's away from the house, and now I gotta put up all the slack for the kids. I mean, this is 10 days out, probably the whole year that you gotta actually be around your kids. And I feel like that's with a lot of men, that it's just like, there's a lot of men out there that don't even know how to be around their kids because the wife has handled everything.
You out?
Yeah.
Really? I just want to see it. I want to watch.
I am creeped out. Like,
But while they were here talking and Ralph is being extra Ralph, as Drew said, she's just not feeling it. She's creeped out and just like, why he over here doing that? I'm already uncomfortable. But my whole thing is, I don't know if she voiced the fact that she was uncomfortable. She said that she was uncomfortable, but did she voice that? I don't think that she said, hey Ralph, can we like not do all that? Like, I'm already uncomfortable. It's just making me weirded out. You know, I just did this scene and I'm proud that I actually got through it. Let's talk about that aspect of me actually getting through it and being proud, instead of me doing the sexual acts that supposedly I've never done before. Right? It's the day of Sheree's party, and you know, it's like this nude illusion, you know, everybody wears nude. She and her family's wearing pink, and you know, people start to arrive. The decor is super nice, money well spent. I don't know if everyone's gonna get paid, but child, they got nothing to do with me. But you know, she introduces Bob to Martell. They arrive while taking pictures, and you know, she greets him with like a little hug, no like kiss, like this is my man. Like, this one just like, it does not give like y'all in a relationship at all. We come back from the little commercial and we see that Drew arrives to the party. There's a lot of people at the party at this time, and you know, she calls Kandi just like, hey Kandi, I'm not coming in. Candy's like, girl, why? What's going on? She said, there is a man here that assaulted me. So we're just like, in my head, I'm just like, assaulted? Like, whoa. I was just caught off guard. I was just like, what the heck? So we find out that the guy was the assistant.
I'm not gonna come in. Why are you not coming in? There's a man here that literally assaulted me. Oh, the assistant. I forgot about that.
From last year that blasted Drew's business. And per usual, I just feel like he was very aggy and just very on one. And the way that he addressed it was just like, so just like for no reason. And I did not like the fact that when we saw that flashback of the assistant and he was walking through the photographers, I thought it was rude and disrespectful that you're walking through somebody when you could have just said, excuse me, tapped on the shoulder, oh, excuse me, I need to get through, or waiting for them to finish what you're doing. Like, you're a grown-ass man and you could just tell that you have no home training at all. Did not like it at all. So Kandi and Mayetta can go outside just to greet you know, Drew, to console her, feel like, is she okay, trying to figure out what's going on. So we found out that Drew said the guy threw a shoe at her while they was at an event because they was going back and forth. So come to find out from the other guy's side, he's saying that Drew threw a pocketbook at him, so he threw a shoe back.
Little couch, because I was dancing, and he literally took my shoe and threw it at me. The police were called. It was super extra.
After a couple hours, right, Sheree finally comes down and she greets the girls. Kandi tells Sheree about Drew not coming in. Sheree's over here acting like, well,
You know, I already told you that I'm gonna, that I was gonna still be coming here at the reunion, so it should be fine.
Yeah, but she didn't feel comfortable coming in because y'all old assistant is in here.
I'm still cool with him. I said that at the reunion. But
she started talking to the guy. He said, you know, this, that, and third. He just just disrespectful for no reason. Just like, yeah, you know, at the end of that, I told Drew that her marriage is not successful, and just went in. I'm just like, it was unnecessary. She's asked you, I thought y'all were cool. Yeah, be cool. No, I don't like her. He just made this whole moment.
wide ass. You told me that you were good with the girl.
The only issue that I have with her bitch is that her marriage is unsuccessful, and her ex.
Everybody's just standing around waiting for, you know, everything to start happening. I guess waiting for Mecca to get ready to, you know, for the residency. So Kenya wants to talk to Martell, and to me, I just feel like I don't know what for. Kenya, you felt disrespected, so at the end of the day, you got disrespectful. So I don't see why you would want to talk to Martell when you feel like he disrespected you.
I'm always gonna have Sheree's back, and that's what I was trying to explain during that night. When things went left, I didn't have anybody by my side that could match your energy.
I feel like when it comes to Kenya, like when you're right, and when you're wrong. And with Kenya, I'm just like, yeah, one thing I can say is I feel like I was with Kenya throughout the whole thing, whereas like I don't feel like the DM situation was that deep at all.
You cursed when you raised your voice because I felt insulted when you're like, oh, I bet you check all your DMs.
Both parties in regard was wrong. I felt Martell took more of the blame, but Kenya, you did like verbally go back and forth with this man. But both gave an apology, and it was what it was.
You feel that you were in the wrong a little bit?
I was defending myself, but If I offended you, I apologize for that part, but
So Sheree finally revealing Mecca to the world. She's over here, everybody taking the cameras. Mecca's not feeling it. Mecca's like, girl, I'm asleep. What are we doing? Flashing lights? No, ma'am. You could definitely tell that this event was for Sheree. Solely for Sheree. I'm not mad at it. So the family's taking pictures, and you know, Bob, his kids, are standing there, and Bob bringing this mystery woman.
standing in front of them like,
Right. You're ready right here.
she looks young, right? She looks like him. I don't.
So everybody's like, oh my God, is that Bob's girlfriend? Like, who is that? She really young. Oh my God, what's going on? Sheree brings Martell in just to be petty, because she's just like, okay, you can bring your girlfriend. I'm my man too. Like, what's popping? So come to find out, the girl was Bob's daughter. And, you know, Sheree basically said that, you know, she has no idea. But she said when they got married, she knew that he had 2 kids. But he actually had 3 kids.
Daughter? Daughter! You didn't tell this story. We were married and everything. I didn't know.
Right after me.
You're right after me.
See, my mom knows the whole in and out when it comes to my siblings. So for Sheree not to know anything about what's going on from her kids, I mean, maybe she's just in her own little world, but I'm just like, dang, for her just to be so just aloof about it, like, well.
So before we got married, Bob said he had 2 kids. We then had 2 more kids. So 26 years later, come to find out, he has 3 kids.
Make her look crazy. But her name is Candace. Like she said, she came around with all the siblings, and you know, she meets Sheree. It was great. I love the fact that Sheree was just like very warm and open to her. She did seem a little dismissive, but she has a lot of stuff going on, so it was what it was. I just feel like production, and I said this before, production is single-handedly ruining Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because one, we're keeping people on this cast. I get why they kept the cast the same. They want to have like this genuine friend group. It's not working. And a lot of people want to say, oh, Marlo's the problem. To be honest, I don't think that Marlo is the problem at all. I feel like if it wasn't for Marlo, Kandi, Drew, and Kenya, there would not have been a show. The first half of this season, it was Marlo and Kandi, and a little bit of Drew supported that first half of the season. The second half of the season has been Kenya, Drew, and a dash of Sheree. And Kandi. I mean, when you talk about like people actually doing something, I can't be mad at Marlo for actually trying to give us some TV, because Marlo is chaos incarnate. What would we have got if it wasn't for her? So, love the hater, love the not. You have to give credit where credit's due. That's just what it is. And I'm not mad that she made Kandi work for it. It was what it was. Like, we making a show. We know that this is heightened reality. This is not real life. But at the end of the day, I do feel like I'm not gonna blame none of these women for how they get portrayed on this TV show, because they're just doing what they're doing. I do feel like in the beginning of this season, somebody pumped Marlo's head up, somebody pumped Courtney's head up, because they came in too hot. And I do feel like we either need new producers and new ladies. We need like a whole new, if we're gonna revamp it, we need to revamp it now. Because give Atlanta a 1-year hiatus, revamp the show, film for 6 months, deep dive these women's lives. Y'all, that was it. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.